In this video, we're going to go over some blog basics as far as editing the design of your blog. So when you're in the editor, the best way to get to your main blog pages, which there will be two of them, you've got your main blog and you have a post page. You're going to want to work on the design for both of them, especially if you're changing colors or fonts. Just make sure you look at both of them because you have to edit them individually. So when you go up here to the left to site menu, go to blog pages, and this is where you'll see the blog and you'll see the post. So we'll start with the blog. So select this page. So this is what I have here. So you'll see the main blog feed. So when you select it, you could go here and you can go to settings. And this is where you can go in and you can adjust every single setting for the blog. You can create posts, you can manage current posts. So if there's sample posts in here that you want to delete and add your own, you can definitely do that. So here you can go to display. So on your blog individually, you can have the author name show. And if you look over on the screen here, it is adjusting as you check and uncheck these things. So determine what information you feel is most important for your customers to see. I've hid most of the ones that, and had the most importance. So the author name, the published date, and description, but you can go in and you can definitely adjust these. The next thing for the display is the blog menu, which is here at the top where you see all posts. So you can show the blog menu or you can hide it and just have the blog feed. So that way that they won't be able to search posts and they won't be able to search or organize by category if you hide it. So if you showed the blog menu, you can have, again, category labels, search box. And if you do ever get into memberships, you can do login and sign up button, but that's typically not something that our website templates are pre-geared to do. But that is an option down the road that you're welcome to explore and add to your website. So if you see here in the top right hand corner, there's the search button up here and there's the all posts. And as you have different categories, those categories will display here in the blog feed. So going back to settings again, you can see here, so we just did display. If you go to layout, you can change how the feed looks. So I currently have this template set up as side by side, but you can also do editorial, you can do tiled, magazine, there's all these different options. So depending on what your blogging style is and how you want it to look, you can definitely play around with these. You can see if you want to change the post size, you can make them smaller, larger, add spacing between the posts, things like that, just to kind of give it a customized feel to it. Again, you've got post height that you can adjust here if you want to display less or more of like your preview, text padding, and then just a few more settings here, like if you want to have page numbers so that way that people can't infinitely scroll. That's one thing that you can select page numbers too. So the nice thing about this all post feeds and adjusting how the posts look is it will not affect your mobile version. The Wix blog is very intuitive, and by adjusting these settings, you don't have to worry about anything in mobile. So this is one area that I highly recommend. If you have a certain look or feel that you want for your blog, definitely go in and adjust for how you want it to look, because it's not going to mess up your website. It's not going to mess up your mobile version, because the way the Wix blog kind of adjusts itself to your website is really user-friendly and super fun. So this is one area that I highly recommend you customize to your heart's content. Another thing you can also edit in here is if you scroll down, you see like the image size. So you can crop it to fit if you wanted a 4:3, a 1:1 ratio square, 3:4, or you can fit it however you want. Definitely look at the images that you create for your posts, and we'll go over that in a separate video about creating a blog post, but just consider that on your display images, how you might want them to look based on what you're uploading. So this is your all post feed. If you go to category feed, so this is if you have a category up here, so see where it says all posts, say your first category was like recipes or something like that, and someone clicked it right here, it'll just populate right on this same page, but you can customize the look of that too. So if you want, it'll look exactly like this. So if you want your main all posts to show side by side, but you want your recipes to be editorial, you can definitely do that because maybe you have more of them and you want them to just click and go to it. But that works for all of your category feeds. So, just go in and you can adjust them however you want them to look. So that's the category feed right there. The next part is designing. So this is your blog menu. So it's more of your colors, borders, fonts, things like that is what's covered in design. So here, if it's clicked, it's a light gray. You can change it to, peach or something like that and see where all post is. You can go here and you can change the size and the font as well. You can go there. If you go back, you can do the same for the post. So right here, the title, the description, and style color, we have it preset for this template, but you can go in here and you can change the font size, bold, and that will affect like where the post is displaying and not on the actual individual post itself because we're still on the main blog feed. So you can go in here and you can, the all post feed design, if you go to post here, you can adjust the different fonts just by hitting the down arrow. You can add a border to it. So here, I've got a really light border, but say you want to make it a thicker border, you can go up to 5 pixels here. And you can also change the border color. So if you want to add a pop of color to your website, adding a little border is kind of a fun way to do that and complement pictures without having to have colored text per se, which can sometimes be hard on the eyes. So you can also change the post background. So say you want to do like a light gray or something like that to make it stand out just a little bit more. Those are options that you can do. And again, as you adjust these, it's not going to mess with the mobile or anything like that. So finally, you have the support. So if you have any questions, Wix is really great and has some help here, but this is kind of your main, you have buttons and margins again, where you can go and you can change the buttons, the colors, just your little design. You got the layout and display. So many fun things that you can customize for the blog. So on your main page, that's where you would do it, is going to your menus and pages, blog. So the second part of this is going to the individual post page where it's displaying your one selected blog post. So you'll go here. And when this opens up, you'll see what one individual post page will look like. So you can close this. And again, you'll go here and you'll go to settings. And this is, you've got your main settings. So you create a post, manage post. When you go to display, you can again check and uncheck what you want displayed on this individual blog post, or for all of your blog. It applies to all your blog posts. So how you want them, do that here. You can also go to design to where, again, at the top here where it says all posts, you can show blog menu. You've got your paragraph, like your colors and your font sizes, things like that. So if you're editing your text here, so this is one part for your blog menu. For your post, this is where your post title is, and your post text where you can customize the styles here. If you have links in it, if you want the links a different color, you can also create like a background color on it if you want to. You can do a border, things like that for this individual blog post. So you can go in here and customize everything for that. Buttons and margins, again, you can go in here and change if there's any buttons that you want to change. You go in here and you can change them. And then tags. So at the very bottom, there's tags that will appear, and you can go and you can adjust what the tag layout looks like. So that is an option here if you do use tags in your blog post. So there's some more information or editing things that you can do here for your tags. So if you want show label, it says tags. So that's kind of all the things that you can customize on here. So also what you can do for display is if you scroll down, you'll see blog menu. Like if you don't want to show the blog menu, you can hide it. Or if you want to hide that login button, that's an option. You can keep scrolling down. So social sharing. So at the very bottom here where it has your social links, you can hide that to where that's not displaying. You can also go to recent posts and comments. So if you don't want this recent post here, you can hide that. You can also hide the comments. So you can customize this, again, this page however you want it to be. Maybe you don't like people commenting, so you hide that, but also it links them to some recent posts that you have. That's also a good way to kind of get people to read your posts and things like that. So yeah, this is your very basic blog settings and editing. So make sure you go to your menus and pages, blog pages, post or blog. So that's the two you want to do. And then everything can be found in this settings button right here.